How we doing, everybody? Mike Dewan here with the Region Sports Network. We got a big time setup here. Lake Central, East Chicago. Come on, Javi, let's walk around. Let's see what we got going on. So typically, our crew, we got four main guys, four main parts today. We kind of have 4.5. We got a 2-camera setup, but mainly what we got going on is usually a 1-camera setup. But we'll kind of walk around here. And this is the money maker here. We got Zach Zaxanelli. Zach Miller here. Zach Miller is going to be our producer here tonight. And we have, this is the bread and butter right here, the laptop. It has, as you kind of see, we'll break down through everything, but it's got our graphics, all that stuff, and everything kind of built in on that well before in advance, kind of. I'd say when we kind of start getting ready for games and all that stuff, it all kind of starts really the morning of, or sometimes even a few days. You got to build that laptop in advance, get the ads and get the commercials, get everything rolling. Kind of looking over here as well, we can kind of keep moving along. We also got, of course, our audio board leading into our 2 commentators here tonight, the Bradners, Michael and Ron Bradner. Michael, our longtime play-by-play guy. We call him, I guess, the best, one of the best around here, always a veteran of ours, and, of course, the color guy. His father as well, Ron Bradner, will be on the call for us tonight, and we'll definitely get that going. Moving kind of right along here, of course, they have the headsets. We got them all hooked up. We also got our cameras. Of course, camera operator is kind of one of those 4 main parts. So we mentioned the producer, which is what Zach was doing tonight. We got, of course, the 2 color, the color commentator and the play-by-play guy. And then we got our camera operator. Everything hooked up right here. We got a shot right here. This will be kind of where we're getting the close-ups and all that stuff from what the producer will cut between. And then we kind of move right along to our second camera. Obviously, all these wires hook us all up to our second camera here, kind of at mid-court. Again, we'll get this thing going once the game time rolls around, but we're going to have a lot of fun. It's, this, of course, what we can kind of see mainly on the broadcast, and once we cut to that other camera over there, we'll get all the hero shots, all the close-ups, and have a lot of fun. But that's kind of our setup. It is, it's always a work in progress. I'd say what we kind of do on a day-to-day basis, at least get into the location. We get here probably 1.5 hours, sometimes 2 hours in advance. Usually 2 guys get here to set the things up, but sometimes it's 3, and we get going right away. It's an easy setup, and we get to have a lot of fun, Javi. It's we can't wait. This is what the fun's all about here. And once you kind of get settled in here, you build all the stuff, you get the equipment up and ready to go. Then we'll have some fun here shortly.
Welcome to game night in the region on the Region Sports Network, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, regionsports.com, and the IHSAA Champions Network. We come to you tonight from Lake Central High School as the Region Sports Network features Indiana High School boys basketball as the East Chicago Central Cardinals coming to town to take on the Lake Central Indians. Michael Brenner here on site in St. John, along with my dad, Ron Brenner, as my analyst tonight. So we're ready to tip things off here from Lake Central. Should be a good one between the Cardinals and the Indians. East Chicago got the win last year against the Indians, 70-53 over at East Chicago. Too nasty out there. Ireland puts one up and in to get the first bucket for Lake Central. Ronke pulls up from 3. It's no good, and you're trying for the rebound, makes the contact, but to no avail as Watkins comes down the floor.
Hi, everybody, back here at Lake Central High School. Mike Dewan with the Region Sports Network, and Javi, it's halftime now, so this is kind of a moment for us to kind of chill like everybody else. Yes, we still got some work to do, but halftime's halftime. We've been kind of locked in for our first half, and obviously we talked about the preparation already. So halftime is really for us to kind of stretch our legs, run a couple commercials, and obviously you can kind of see over here the Bradners are back in business, breaking down what has been a fun first half so far. 24-25 is your score. East Chicago up a little bit, but it's been a fun game so far. But yes, halftime for some, a chance to kind of stretch your legs, myself included. But these guys were getting back to work again less than a minute to go. And just like that, we're doing it all over again for another 16 minutes and maybe some change, and we'll break it all down.
He's got 5 points, first points of the second half. Here comes Kroenke now, trying to get across this press, and it'll be a kick ball. Kroenke had it swatted away, stolen. Watkins throws it into the middle. Ireland comes up with it.
I don't think Watkins realized he was already in the back court.
Kroenke had it poked away from behind by Watkins, who feeds it ahead to Bell, dishes it off to Murphy, meets ahead, and there is a blocking foul against Lake Central. So Murphy will go to the line. And you're going for the three-point play. Knocks it down.
Back here at Lake Central High School, everybody. As you see, the gym is just about cleared out now. The game is over, and this is kind of when it's organized chaos. Yes, it was a fun game, but it was a long day for some of us, and hey, we're trying to get home, so we're wrapping stuff up. You know, the inverse of what we kind of did in the first bit, but wrapping up cords, and just like that, we're getting on to the next one. So, you know, it's a long season. It's kind of just another chapter in this long book of what is this season, and it's always fun to be out at the game. Of course, you know, seeing the guys, seeing all the clips we got, all you know, of the announcers, of the camera guys, of the producers, and just like that, we move on to the next one. It's what makes this so fun, Javi. It's you know, coming out to games, yes, being in the atmosphere. This was a great game, a great win by East Chicago. But then we get ready to move on to the next one. Just like that, before you know it, it's playoff time, and it just kind of keeps rotating in and on. But it's what makes this job fun, and if, you know, for you and myself and all of us here to be in this business, it's the beauty of it. So again, thank you for kind of looking at it through this perspective, and we'll maybe see you next time. Thank you. Good night.